Hello folks, welcome here. So, today we're going to talk about a crucial topic, a little bit controversial topic, about the ways of learning in the age of artificial intelligence. And my opinion is, don't rely too much on artificial intelligence while you're learning. Let's get started. So first, let's just give you a quick overview, quick understanding about what the AI, the so-called AI that we're using right now actually is. Okay, so as a core, the AI that we're using right now is called large language model (LLMs). So, for example, you're like, I'm also a heavy user of like ChatGPT, the cloud, the Sonnet, all that. So basically, just a model that trained on vast data set, right? And it can give you, like, generate, whether it's code or text and all that, they generate a response, and sometimes they can like generate response with the like video feed. Okay, but they just take different frames to get a video feed. Sometimes they can give you like some audio conversation, like a live conversation, all that, and assist you with the task. They either give you a response or whether they can, sometimes if you're crazy enough, right now you can actually use AI to actually control and see the screen and control the keyboard and mouse and do all this task for you. And maybe just, I think right now you can already like control the like robot, something like that. Yeah, we are living in a dream. We're living in the future. However, here's the thing. You come here because you want to learn coding. And I want to, just share opinion that maybe this specific time while you are learning, it's not a good idea to rely too much on AI. And here is why. We're going to talk about the pitfalls of over-reliance. Remember, I did not like boycott AI like someone crazy. I embracing AI. And in fact, during all these videos and in everyday work, I incorporate heavily with AI. And I'm a great supporter of AI. So why I'm like warn you that do not rely too much while you're learning. Yes, you guessed it, because you are learning things. And while you're learning, the over-reliance on AI can give you a lot of pitfalls. And I do not want you to fall into that pitfalls. I know AI may seem like an easy answer to everything, but sometimes you have to do things the hard way. So, what kind of a damage, what kind of pitfall that over-reliance on AI can bring you at this stage? First, I think, is the surface level understanding. So, of course, AI is like a cure for all. Okay, you have a question, you answer, you ask AI, you immediately give you the answer, and it can provide you very quick answer, without dive deeper into the field. You ask a specific thing, they'll give you a specific answer. You ask specific why this is not correct, will give you some correct answer. Maybe not correct, you have to come back and forth sometimes, but they will give you eventually. They will give you 100% correct answer. But just wait a little bit. You are learning. And learning is not just about memorizing the correct answers. Okay? If only, you just get all this correct answer and memorizing it, and you are like very successful person in that specific field, that's not real life. Okay, so learning, from my personal experience, learning is more about grasping the concept and actually apply all this concept and make that work in real life scenarios. I constantly say something about real life scenario. That's because you're not just a student while learning and while like doing some quizzes in the classroom, in the classroom, but rather you are a grown adult. And you learn things because you want to apply that, you make that work, you want to build something, you want to ship something, you want, be competitive and earn money in the market. So, it's more about grasping concepts and applying that concept to the real life scenario. That surface level understanding won't just do. Memorizing all these answers can help you quickly answer the quizzes, maybe some tests. You can get like an A in the test, but that A doesn't guarantee that you will be successful in life. So the surface level understanding is not enough. The applied level of understanding and the master level of applying, I think that is much important. And AI can't possibly like help you to understand and put things like in your mind. They can't help you do that. You have to do that yourself. But the surface level understanding can give you some, feeling that, you already know that. You already know much of things. So next time there's like similar things coming up, you don't think about this. You don't dive deeper. You don't want to, that's inside of human nature, because energy is scarce in the nature. You don't want to overthink it. We want to preserve the knowledge. So the next time you think about this, we already tackled this problem, but it's not you tackle the problem, it's AI tackle the problem. So you got like some triggers. Already tackled that. You already solved this. Okay, it's just a piece of cake. I don't want to do that anymore. Or you won't dive deeper, and you will just remain at the level, surface level of understanding. It won't push you further. It won't just dive deeper, and that is pretty bad, especially if you just learn something, you won't dive deeper. And of course, the lack of critical thinking. I cannot stress more on critical thinking because it's very important, especially with the help of AI. Because AI, you might already heard the word hallucinating, give you like all these wrong answers, but in a pretty official way. So you have to be critical about it. And from my personal experience, I think just a few weeks ago, I just tried a little bit about setting my Chrome browser's like search engine. I changed from Google and DuckDuckGo to ChatGPT. Actually, there is a plugin, there is an extension for that. And my personal experience that the first time I changed that, it feels great. But gradually, I feel something is off. Because every time if I want to search a specific concept, if I want to search specific news, something like that, I will just jump directly to ChatGPT's page. And it will give you a summary of all the answers they can find on the internet, and they will give you different sources. But here's the thing. There's no following up, okay? Even if I want to, continue to ask a specific question, there's no following up. There's no further search. You have to finish everything in this, chat environment. So, for example, you got a follow-up question, you have to chat, and AI will do all this information gathering for you. But here's the thing. I began to realize I was kind of like protected by AI. Okay, I can't like get outside to the real world and to get the information that I want. So AI would just rank everything and summarize everything and give you an answer. And I began to realize sometimes I can't find the correct answer. And I have to, manually input in the URL field google.com and then search for it and then add in different keywords. And, if I go to a specific forum, find a specific like dialogue, and I think, oh, what's that? And then search, and so much better. And then I change it back. And of course, if you want quick summary, you can do that. But from my experience, I think this may be a way of quickly losing your ability to do the critical thinking. If you trust the AI blindly, everything you put, you do not do your research, you do not browse freely on the internet, you just rely on AI to accept whatever information, whatever summary, whatever thing that they give it to you. And if you want to ask follow-up, you have to through AI. I don't think that's a good idea. And sometimes they will give you a source, but they will just give you the top sources. There's no way to look at the less popular or, less some like weird view, because I'm also in doing a startup and investing, so I have to find just like some niche market. So I have to look at the less popular answers, but the AI won't allow me to do that. And if you over rely on AI, your lack of critical thinking while you are just have a service level understanding, these two combined together will be very, very bad for your personal growth. Because if you trust AI blindly, you are not actually challenging information. You're not actually analyzing the information yourself. And even though you can say, hey, I want AI to analyze things for me, I just want to put a few words on AI can analyze that for me. But can you trust them? Okay? I'm not saying that the information or summary they give you is false, but can you actually trust them? Can you jump outside the box? Because if you heavily rely on it, you'll get used to it, and you will not challenge all the information. And critical thinking is very important, and that is the kind of the thing that separates the person from this is the wise person, this is a knowledgeable person, then this person is just regurgitate information. Okay, so whatever is here has been told is just repeat that information. I want you to think differently, and all this critical thinking have to require you to have not surface level understanding, but rather some deep understanding of specific field knowledge. And the over-reliance on AI can also lead to another problem called dependency on prompts. And I see that all the time. And all these people give you some fancy prompts on the internet, share that on the Git, on the GitHub, and saying, hey, I just discovered some of the amazing prompts that can, increase the accuracy of the AI, something like that. And you have to learn. Whoa, there are some amazing prompts that you can use that can, make the image generation so brilliant that nobody have tried that before. It can be used in some way, but here's the thing. This can lead you to believe some magical prompt, some myth that if you just perfectly craft a specific words together, and it can solve every problem, and this can apply in every scenarios, and this can make your AI, even though it's not your AI, it's just you call it API or just you use their big tech companies' products, they can make your AI somehow smarter. But here's the thing. If you think about this, I'm not saying this prompt is not non-existent. Of course, sometimes if you apply that, it may make the answer seemingly a little bit smarter. But if you think about this, if there are some magical prompts that can greatly improve the intelligence of AI, or can improve the problem solving, why big tech companies like OpenAI and other big tech companies incorporate that, like Google, why they're not incorporate that in their own model, like Gemini, why they're already embedded this prompt into their model, because it's a very competitive world in the world of AI. Why they are not already adopt that? Why is that? And if you discover somehow some magic prompt, and they can see it, okay? Because basically everything you talk to the AI, theoretically, I'm not saying that they can see it. Maybe they encrypt it some way, but theoretically they can see it. And if they are trained on your interaction with AI, this prompt or this competitive advantage can easily incorporate in the next generation of the model, because it already become the training data. Or the magical prompt will just become a way of how next generation of AI think. So whatever you have memorized and copy and paste and saved, and all that, you save that, say, for example, if you are using Cursor, we will talk about that. It's a very powerful IDE, an embedded AI. You can get your API key and you can get all this project as a code base, and can quickly generate code based on your project. Sometimes people will say, hey, you just create a new file, okay, and here you can write log, of course, and that's good, a smart move. I'm not saying that's bad, but you add some magic prompt, so every time you talk to AI and write code and generate code, you can reference that specific prompt as a magic prompt and make all the generation so much better. So maybe for now it can make it a little bit tiny better, but next generation, all this interaction, all this code base, all this vector will already be trained for the next generation of AI, and all this will be useless. So here is my suggestion while you're learning. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use AI. Of course you can use it, and you can use AI to enhance your field knowledge, but I want you to know AI is the tool, not your crutch. You have to learn to walk yourself. If you're using crutch, you can't learn to walk, because you're so get used to the crunch, maybe wheelchair and all that. You just use the tool and you think, wow, that feels so great. I can sit while I can move forward. I can even use like electric bike or something like that to move forward really quickly, and it won't bother to stand up. So I know maybe this is not it's a bad example. I'm just using this kind of energy, okay, for the how to use AI. Okay, you got what I mean. Okay. So, but by the way, you have to use wheelchair or crunch or that. I have no discrimination. Okay, I just want to give you an example. This is like a woke word, so I don't want to offend anybody, but it becomes very hard for us to speak in this environment. Okay, so this big disclaimer. All right. So let's go back. So I want you to use AI as a tool, not as a crutch. Okay? I want you to learn to walk yourself. And I'm not saying that using AI is bad or is inefficient or something like that, but rather I want you to use AI effectively. While you already gain a field knowledge and gain a specific field, specific knowledge, and you want to practice it, you want to continue to grow, you want to dive deeper, you can use AI and you can ask questions according to that specific knowledge, specific field. So for example, you already learn a specific concept in programming and you want to practice a little bit. Okay? You can use AI and say, hey, I already learned this concept. First, summarize this concept in one word and then make some practice so I can learn a different aspect of it. So you can memorize that and you can apply that later, okay? And then you can say, hey, what about some like realistic practical scenario while using this in a specific environment? My suggestion is don't memorize in prompt, but rather become a better person in that field, using that field specific language, because you are actually interacting with the larger language model, so they understand the language. Sometimes typically, I type typo all the time, okay? and AI can understand it. So don't need to worry about all this like a prompt thing. Yeah, you input that, the large language model will like reorganize it, and they can understand what you mean. But rather, I want you to become a better expert in that field, and using the words, using the interaction in that specific field, and talk to AI like an expert in that field. And then, while talk like a human, you give the like really detailed explanation of whatever is going on in that specific field, and then AI can understand the question better, can solve the question better, solve the problem better. Even you encounter some of the bugs or the issues and all that, because you know what's going on. You know, if you just got the surface level knowledge, you don't even know what's wrong. Okay, so if you know, you can better describe the situation here, and then you can ask AI to quickly solve it. And then sometimes you give like more bugs, and then AI can you can better describe the scenario. AI can solve that. But if that's the catch. It's not just about copying and pasting all this error message and hope AI can solve it. Sometimes AI will enter into a loop that can't solve it. Solve this problem come up. Solve this problem come up, and you have to manually intervene. It's like, I work as a financial, institution before, and work as a developer for this trading system. Okay. And of course, in the trading system, you have to manually intervene. If you write some like automatic trading algorithm, you have to automatically intervene when they're when they automatically sell, okay, sell like crazy, and then the price will go down, okay, and you have to sell because you reach a lower level, so become panic and automatic sell like crazy. You have to manually intervene. Okay, so I have to write some rules about that. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to manually intervene. Sometimes you don't want AI to enter into that loop and can't solve the problem. That require not the surface level understanding, not someone just get information, but rather they require someone with expertise, with a specific field knowledge, with critical thinking. And that's my opinion. So, here's the conclusion. Build your own expertise while you're learning. Don't rely too much, but rather focus on improving you, not just how to improve AI. Talk like a human. Learn all this concept, learn all this field knowledge, and become expert, become a true master of yourself. Improving, focus on you, not focus on training the AI. First thing. The second thing is that, let your creativity, you need to create, and critical thinking together to be your competitive advantage. Rather than, I can memorizing more than other people. That doesn't really cut. But if you understand things and you can criticize thinking of that specific thing and be creative and become an expert in that field, AI can be a really good helper.